Hi guys, welcome back. Um, Beautiful Sunday today. So, today we are going to talk about Invincible episode 6 titled You Look Kinda Dead. This was it wasn't the greatest episode. It was a good episode. It didn't really do too much for me, but that's not to say it was, a horrible episode or anything like that. So, let's just jump right into it. Yeah, let's jump right into it. So we set up who the main baddie is for this episode. A student gets kidnapped, and essentially we get introduced to DA Sinclair. And his whole thing is removing humanity's weakness. He feels like humans are weak because they're susceptible to emotions and they are fallacies, and we need to strip that all out. Let's go. So his way of doing that is to just rip out people's brains and vocal cords and just make them machines because he feels like all humans are machines. So that gets set up, and we cut from that to the aftermath of the last episode. So Black Samson, Monster Girl, and Mark are in the hospital. Robot is fighting his damnedest to save Monster Girl because, he likes her, right? He really respects her and admires her. And he just respects the sacrifice she makes every time for the team. So he's fighting to save her, and Black Samson ends up restarting his own heart, so he's like okay, but unconscious. And they do surgery on Mark, and he ends up being okay. He's still healing a little bit, but he ends up being okay, right? So Eve covers for him with Amber because he was out for 6 days, and she tells Amber like he was hit by a bus, right? That's gonna come back up later. So after all this, Omni-Man is talking with Cecil. And, Cecil cracks a joke like, look, not even your kid listens to you. And that really angers Omni-Man. You can tell he's getting more and more furious because more and more people keep defying him. He's also upset because this case with the Guardians has not been closed yet. So either one of those, he's pissed off. So we cut from that, and Amber's with Mark. She's like, "Wow, I'm glad you're okay." And the takeaway from all that is Mark and Amber decide to start over again. So Mark's way of doing that is to go on a trip with William to go to upstate U because William wants to visit this guy that he has a crush on. And Mark's like, look, let me and Amber come with you. I need this. So before Mark leaves for the trip, um, Eve comes by and he thanks her. He gives her a hug for helping him with Amber. And he tells her that, he's going on a trip to upstate U. And once he mentions Amber, Eve's like, oh, oh. And that hint of jealousy, I was like, oh, I'm so ready for him and Eve, especially after this episode. I am so ready for Mark and Eve to get together because to me, Amber was doing too much this episode, but we're going to get into that. During this conversation with Mark and Eve decides that she's going to leave home and she's going to go out into the world and redefine herself as a hero because she just feels like she doesn't want to wait for some big battle to happen to help people. She wants to help people who are in need right now, who can, she can feed the starving and restore trees and water. So she goes out and she does that. That's her whole thing throughout the episode. So Mark, Amber, and William go for the college visit. So they get to the campus, right? And they meet Rick. when the scene is coming to an end, they do this like zoom in on Rick's butt and they play this song. It is hilarious. I died laughing because it's like Rick isn't even thick like that, and the way they're playing this music, I had my life. That was So funny to me. So while Mark is gone, Debbie and Nolan, their relationship is getting strained, and you can very much tell. Debbie is getting closer and closer to the truth, and after she leaves to go see the tailor to figure out this, whose blood, what is on the suit, what's going on. Nolan figures out that she's getting close to the truth because he finds the trash bag that his suit was in and realizes that's not his suit. So, back to the college trip, D.A. Sinclair makes his appearance officially in the class. And he rants about how humans are machines, blah, blah, blah. And he sets his sights on Rick, which foreshadows later in the episode when he kidnaps Rick. So, Mark and Amber having their little moment. He proclaims that, I want to go here with you. I want to do this for, I want to be here with you. Which, red flag, I'm sorry, red flag. Anybody who chooses to go to a college just so they can be with their significant other and that's it, that's a problem. That is a problem, and you are setting yourself up for heartbreak, in my opinion. There's no reason why you should be going to any university for your significant other. You should go there for yourself first and foremost. You should go there because there is a program that speaks to you, that the environment, the campus life speaks to you, not to your significant other, to you. So the fact that he said that he wanted to go to upstate U with Amber together, I was like, okay, this isn't going to turn out well, because no, you should never make that type of decision based on whether or not you're in a relationship. So they're about to kiss and the monster comes in. And it's the student who was kidnapped in the beginning of the episode. He comes in, he's wreaking havoc. He's about to kill William, and Mark, turns up as Invincible and saves him. And William realizes that, oh my God, Mark, you're invincible. So he saves him, blah, blah, blah. The monster ends up committing suicide. After all this is done, Amber and Mark comes back. Amber is furious with him because she feels like he left to save his own skin, and she ends the relationship right there. This is where I was so annoyed, and I was low-key pissed off at Amber. I was pissed at Amber. I was like, why would you break up with Mark because of this? In my opinion, I don't agree with her rationale with wanting to break up with Mark. Like, even removing the fact that Mark is invincible, remove that. You're in this chaotic situation. There's this monster who's gurgling blood and trying to kill people. It is so much going on. You get yourself behind the lines after everything goes down. And you really think that Mark left to save his own skin? I don't know about you, but if that happened and there's a lot of shit going on, everything's flying everywhere, everything calms down and I don't see my boyfriend, I don't see my friend, the first thing that's going to come to my mind is, were you hurt? Are you okay? Did the monster kidnap him? Where did you go? And I understand that at this point she's fed up. He hasn't been showing up to things. I get that. I get it. But in this situation, for you to come up with that, for you to say that he would leave to save his own skin and not possibly to get help and to help other people, and that by natural circumstances he got separated from the group, is insane to me. And that just, you were looking for a reason to break up with Mark, in my opinion. It just felt like you were looking for a reason. And another thing I forgot to mention, when Amber was talking to Mark and she was upset, she tried to throw the thing with Eve in his face. Well, maybe she didn't try to throw it in his face, but she tried to say, Eve vouched for you and then you did this. Her telling you that that man was hit by a bus and that's why he couldn't come to the community center is not a voucher. That is your boyfriend getting in a horrible accident or having a horrible injury. So, what do you mean, voucher? Like, what are you talking about? She was doing way too much for me. I did not like that at all. That was stupid. I don't agree with that. I wish she would have listened to him. That was so dumb. So, I'm sorry. I just needed to go on that little rant because that really annoyed me. I was like, Amber, you're doing way too much for me. You're doing too much. For you to not even understand. Ugh, moving on. I can't stay on that forever. So, um, back to the hospital. Robot finds this rare flower in the Arctic to save Monster Girl. And, we're seeing how he is falling in love with Monster Girl at this point. Like, he would risk his life for her, or at least a drone's life. And Black Samson comments on it after he wakes up and whatnot. So Debbie finally figures out the truth. The tailor analyzes the suit. He realizes that the oldest blood on the suit comes from Nolan's fist. And she's like, wow, he actually killed the Guardians. So she leaves. She's like, look, Art, you can't tell anyone about this. And then we realized that Omni-Man was listening the entire time. So when he goes to visit the tailor and he stops at his door with some beers, you already know that's nothing good. And we don't see the tailor after Omni-Man has that conversation with him on the roof. So I think he probably killed him. Or severely impaired him. Anything's possible. Because the tailor is the only person who has been able to definitively link Omni-Man to the murder of the Guardians of the Globe. He's the only one to do it. Darkblood was sort of doing it, but Darkblood's gone now. Cecil is treading that line. He's not going to outright accuse him. The tailor is the only one. So if not Mark, I'm sorry if I call Omni-Man Mark. I'm so sorry. So Omni-Man wants to keep that a secret. So I think he probably killed the tailor to make sure it never got out. And now, what is he going to do with Deb? Because Deb knows. And she confronts him at the end of the episode. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Back to the college. Actually, not back to the college. We get a little side plot. Remember, Robot Man hired the Mauler twins to clone someone. We're thinking that someone is Rexplode, and I'm pretty sure it's still Rexplode. So he goes to them for progress, and they're like, look, we want payment. He's like, you're not getting paid until you're finished. So the Mauler twins are like, okay, we need insurance in case this doesn't work out. We'll come back to that. William is gushing over the fact that Mark is invincible. He's like, oh my God, take me flying, la la la. And, Mark is really doubting himself at this point. He's really doubting himself as a hero because his relationship fell through. He doesn't feel like being invincible is bringing him any good. Every time he tries to do something, it doesn't work. Like, he really, really blames himself for what happened to the team. And now with what happened earlier that day at the college. So this comes at a bad time because while William's on the phone with Rick gets kidnapped. And William's trying to push Mark to go look for him. But Mark is a little selfish. He's like, I can't do that right now. I need to go after Amber. So you figure it out. Call me if you can't find him. Which, that was dumb. Mark should have helped William. Like, that's your friend. Okay? That's your friend. And your girlfriend she kind of ended things with you. So leave that alone. Leave it alone. Let her go to the party. Whatever. You should have helped her. So William goes after him on his own, gets kidnapped, and calls Mark. Mark's like, oh shit, maybe I should go find my friends. So he goes out as Invincible. He goes to find them. Um, he goes to rescue William. He gets his ass kicked, okay? By like the three robots. He gets like tag team. So another thing, I've seen a lot of people saying that why is Invincible getting his butt kicked? Like the past 2 episodes, he's just getting his butt kicked. Oh my god, oh my god. Do people not understand that Mark is a teenager? That this is new territory for him being a hero? He hasn't been a hero for very long. He's still learning. So, of course, he's not going to be down packed like his father, who, first of all, is older, and Vultramites get stronger as they get older. So, it makes sense why Omni Man is so OP. Mark is in his prime right now. He's not going to be up there in terms of strength. Second of all, he is recovering from a tremendous injury he suffered in the last episode. That man had his gut split open. So, to me, he's operating not at 100%. Little mini rant over. So, William ends up appealing to Rick and his emotions because Rick ends up getting turned into one of those robots. And Rick breaks out of the spell. He helps Mark defeat the other two robots. Mark kind of loses it for a second, pimp slaps the shit out of D.A. Sinclair, breaks his jaw. It was crazy. That's over with, blah, 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 blah. We have the post-credit scene in which the Mahler twins are getting their insurance by digging up something. I don't know. I don't really know what they're digging up. I kind of forgot, not gonna lie to you, but they're digging up something that will help them with Robot Man. Anywho, I think that's it. I think that's it. I'm interested to see how Omni-Man's gonna handle Debbie now that she is aware of the truth. And I'm interested to see what Debbie's going to do now that she knows the truth. I don't think she's going to tell Cecil just yet because she's asking what we all want to know, which is why did you do this? So we'll see. We'll see. I didn't expect this to be almost 20 minutes long, but that's me and my long-windedness. Yay. Thank you for sticking through this far, and I will catch you guys next week. Bye.